What's going on, guys? I am aggressively American, and I'm here to shed light on all the ways you're being manipulated one clip at a time. Today, we're going to watch a short clip from the Joe Rogan Experience. I haven't seen it yet, but it's said to kind of dive into some of the things that Doge is finding, so I'm not going to hold a sub. Without further ado, let's just jump right into this thing.
Like from all these USA disclosures, is the mainstream media cannot ever say that anything this administration is doing is positive. So even if they find unbelievable corruption,
right,
and they've found...
Real quick, not to jump in right away, but just to touch on that, one thing that has absolutely boggled my mind since all of this has started happening, since Trump took office and Elon started getting a brass tacks, making mincemeat of the establishment, was the amount of people that have the audacity to stand up and speak out against what's happening. Like, this is such an amazing thing, something that's supported by both sides historically, and they're finding so much corruption, and there are still people that are just latching on, just saying, I refuse to say anything that's happening is good. No matter what happens, I'm going to spin it and turn it against you, and there's nothing that can change it. And you know what? I love seeing it, because all it's doing is tanking the establishment's approval rating. Every single person that is latching onto this, just saying, I refuse to say anything good is happening, they're latched onto a sinking ship, and we are all watching them go down in real time. Let's keep it moving.
Found some really wild shit. Like, what was the $4.7 trillion in untraceable money?
Oh, yeah.
I sent that to you, right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that was Doge, was digging through the...
guys, do you know how much $4.7 trillion is? $4.7 trillion is essentially, I don't know, anywhere between like 12 maybe to 15% of our nation's national debt. Like, in the history of our nation, the amount of debt that we have accumulated, $4.7 trillion makes up a significant portion of that, and for them to say they don't know where this went is astonishing. There should be people marching in the streets. We send these people our tax money. Our tax money. The American Revolution was fought literally over what? 2%, 3% tax on tea? Almost half of my paycheck is going to the government, and $4.7 trillion can't be accounted for? That is astonishing. What's even more astonishing are that there are people who are literally saying the answer to our problems is to take more money from people like you and me. It boggles my mind.
Audited within the government, and they look at the data sets and how things are divided and how you have to explain what's going on. And the idea is that there's a lack of links to payments, outgoing payments, budget line items. So this payment goes out. What is it for? Right? It would be the same thing if you had and I have a business. And in that business, you have to know what you're spending your money on, right? I mean, that's a logical thing. I'm not a rocket scientist. But what they're saying is that they've well, there you go.
Yeah, here it is. So it's the Treasury Access Symbol. TAS is an identification code linking Treasury payment to a budget line item, standard financial process. In the federal government, the TAS field was optional for 4.7 trillion payments and was often...
What? Bro, what? It was optional, guys. Guys, do you know what they just said here? Let me just break this down real quick. I want everyone to understand what just happened here, okay? They just said that when the government is spending money, it is optional for them to say where that money is going. So there is now $4.7 trillion of the money we spent, as I said before, that was optional to say where it was going. So when they get audited, this is why they keep failing all the audits, because people say, okay, you're missing this much money. Where did it go? They go, I don't know. We paid it out. We don't know where it went. Saying where it went is optional. These are the people that are running things, guys. This is the money you're spending on taxes. This is how they're spending it. And don't tell me that all this stuff is getting where they said it's going to go, even if they do tell us where it's going to go. They're finding endless slush funds. They just found a $20 billion slush fund of money that was supposedly set aside as an accounting error right before Biden left office. They're taking this money. It's corruption, guys. They're literally stealing money. And we know they're doing it. Everybody knows they're doing it. We all know that politicians go into office on a $200,000 salary or whatever it is they have, $400K when you're the president, and they come out worth hundreds of millions. How do you think this is happening? Stacey Abrams Foundation, they just found out that they gave her $2 billion, guys, right before Biden left office. A foundation that Stacey Abrams is helped running. She got $2 billion, guys. And you know what one of the stipulations of her getting this money was? Was that she gets them or takes a course on how to create a budget. That was a stipulation after she got the money. Was here's $2 billion. All we ask is that you make a budget. She didn't have to present a budget before she got it. I could do a whole video on that alone. Again, guys, this is outrageous. We should be outraged. Every single person who has ever paid an income tax, spent taxes when they buy something at the store, spend taxes when they spend money on everything. We are taxed out the you-know-what. Every single person should be outraged. And the more we see these people clashing out, saying this shouldn't be happening, there's corruption happening, XYZ, the more we see those people take note of who those people are. Because the ones that are roaring the loudest are the ones that have something to hide. And those people we have to make sure are the ones that go down on this sinking ship.